somber, slightly distorted space communication sound effect then fades. Have you ever looked up at the stars and felt a sense of dread? Not just wonder, but a deep primal fear of the vast cold emptiness? Dr. Eris Thorne didn't. For him, space was a second home, until his final mission. Slightly more upbeat, hopeful music begins. Eris was a brilliant astrophysicist, a pioneer of deep space travel. His one-man vessel, the Odyssey, was on a 3-year mission to chart the outer edges of the Kuiper Belt. It was supposed to be the crowning achievement of his career. For the first 2 years, everything was perfect. He sent back groundbreaking data, discovered new dwarf planets. He was a hero. Music becomes tense and unsettling. But then the transmission stopped. For 6 agonizing months, Earth heard nothing but static. The world mourned him. A hero lost to the abyss. But Eris wasn't dead, he was adrift. A micrometeoroid storm had crippled the Odyssey, severing his communications and navigation. He was completely, utterly alone. Or so he thought. Music cuts. Eerie silence with a faint, low hum. That's when the whispers started. Faint at first, like static in his own mind. He dismissed it as stress, a hallucination brought on by isolation. But the whispers grew louder, clearer. They weren't in English or any language he knew. They were geometric. They felt like shapes and colors forming thoughts inside his head. Then he saw it. Outside his cockpit window, something blotted out the stars. It wasn't a ship, not as we'd understand it. It was a shifting, impossible structure of dark crystalline material, pulsating with a faint violet light. And from it, things emerged, slender, shadowy figures that moved without propulsion, their forms flickering like a faulty projection. They didn't have eyes, but he felt their gaze, a cold, analytical curiosity that chilled him to the bone. For weeks they observed him. The whispers in his mind became a constant, maddening chorus. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't eat. He'd just sit there staring back at the impossible creatures staring in, feeling his sanity fray with every passing second. He was a specimen in a jar, floating at the edge of creation. Sudden, bright, heroic music swell. Just as he was about to give in to the void, a light cut through the darkness. A real light, the floodlights of a ship. It was the Vanguard, a long-range rescue vessel sent on a 1-in-a-million chance to find him. As the Vanguard's tractor beam locked onto his crippled ship, the crystalline structure and its shadowy inhabitants simply dissolved. They vanished as if they were never there. Music softens, becomes more thoughtful and slightly melancholic. When they brought Eris aboard, he was gaunt, his eyes wide with a terror they couldn't comprehend. He told them everything, the whispers, the impossible ship, the shadow beings. The rescue team's official report logged it as prolonged psychological distress